investments on Nairobi Stock Exchange and other places, but it's a SACCO where people save and are also able to borrow and loans and expand their businesses and improve the welfare of their families.
This is Moffat, a man who has benefited greatly from the services offered by Delq.
Delq is important to me because when it was introduced and became a member, I've realized that I'm able to save without even realizing that I was doing it. And when also they introduced the program of giving loans, I'm also benefiting in that. I am using it to finance some of the business that I have, like car dealership. Like the car behind me is on sale, but I'm also importing others directly or indirectly, and they're on sale. So as a result of selling, I'm getting some profits out of it, and that I'm using to finance other businesses and the other personal matters.
He's not the only person who's benefited from the services. Through Delq, she opened a mini supermarket plus an M-Pesa station.
I took a loan of 100,000. I've managed to change my shop, which was wholesale and retail, and I've made it to be a mini supermarket, M-Pesa services, and it's doing well. Yeah. So I'm hoping that if I continue with the Delq, now I'll be even bigger as a dealer with Safaricom.
Many more have benefited in other ways. Wise men have said that everything rises and falls on leadership. And so just before the general elections in the year 2007, the church engaged itself in a program to educate the masses on the importance of good leadership.
The way we do politics, the way we do business, the way we do education, the way we do stuff, we should start getting a paradigm shift. Because 43 years after independence now, that's a generation that's gone. And we are not going to embrace the new if we are doing stuff the same way that our fathers did them at independence.
And when Kenyans refused to heed their advice and went for one another's neck, spurred on by the love of God, Deliverance Church Umoja extended a helping hand.
There are thousands upon thousands of Kenyans who are displaced from their homes, displaced from where they live, displaced from their loved ones, and some of them are living in fear in displaced people camps. We cannot close our eyes and our hearts to these people. And therefore, as a church, we've started responding. We have distributed clothes and foodstuffs that have come through members of our congregation and friends and well-wishers. And we are also visiting with them to encourage with them, to pray with them, and even provide what we are able to do, evacuating some of them where they need to travel to, because that's the call we feel God has put upon our hearts.
The fact that Kenyans fought and killed one another is an indication that the foundation of the society, the family, was being broken down. To mend the broken down foundations in the smallest unit of the society, the family, Marriage Pride Initiative was born.
The Marriage Initiative is also a very important ministry within Deliverance Church Umoja, because if we have strong families which are stable, then we have a strong church. So we believe that's foundational, that our marriages are strong, husbands and wives live together in peace, and because of that we'll have a church which has less problems. Because if our homes are all not working, then we don't have a strong church. And I think it's biblical that the marriages are strong. And so the Marriage Initiative is a very good ministry that is going to strengthen not only Deliverance Church marriages, but even marriages in the whole of Kenya.
God designed marriage to be enjoyed, not to be endured. Come on, tell your neighbor, your wife or your husband is not your cross. If you're sitting next to your wife, tell her, or your husband, tell your husband, I'm not your cross. Holy Kazanta Lamazi Kalaba. No, some of you look at your wives that Hudim Salaba Mungu alinipatia. I refuse. My wife is not my cross.
It's the only voice that married couples in this country, and also I can say internationally, would be able to come to as a body they can fall back to, which would be a voice for the married people. What happens is that we have seminars that we have been having in town. We are also doing trainings to couples who come in as a group. So what you're doing is we are trying to enrich marriages, and we are trying also to give them like formulas, success formulas for their marriages, because you find there is no school you can go to be trained about marriages. And so Marriage Pride tries to equip the married couples or those who are planning to get married with the ammunitions you need to have a successful marriage.
In the arms of someone who loves you.
It's been 25 years of God's faithfulness. The future is very bright. And to ensure that this ministry on time continues past his lifetime, Bishop J.B. Masinde and the leadership have been investing in the next generation.
All of us, we must prepare for our departure. And the only way you prepare for a departure is to prepare your successor.
Yeah.
Elijah prepared Elisha. Moses prepared Joshua. Paul prepared Timothy and Titus. Jesus prepared the 12. You have to prepare sons. If there's nobody preparing to take over from you, then you know your ministry and your vision is only serving your stomach. We are pioneers. Now, as pioneers, we lay a foundation. Now, what after we lay the foundation, we are expecting our sons to come and build. So as Deliverance Church Umoja is, we are preparing for the future of our ministry. That's why we have invested in real estate, so that when our sons come, they don't have to go through what we have gone through.
Towards this end, Deliverance Church Umoja recently acquired a prime plot along Kangundo Road.
We are thinking of, number one, having a service in that place that is geared towards young people. And using the facilities that are there, number one, to start a sports outreach. We have a football field where we can have a strong football academy. Right now we have a sports academy for children that will grow because of the facilities that we have out there. We are thinking of having something like an indoor basketball gym where we can take care of the needs of all basketballers and just do outreach through basketball, indoor games, so on and so forth. We're also thinking of coming up with a music studio, because one of the things that catches young people today is performance arts. So we want to have a studio whereby we can, help record music. Of course, top of the notch, excellent kind of music. So have a studio, a music studio, and at the same time have a motion picture or still picture studio, where we can have young people who are endowed with giftings in terms of video coverage, so on and so forth. They can, get stories in the neighborhood, in the community, stories that people in the community can resonate with, and start something that would call, a community TV, where young people or the people in the community can air their views. We are thinking of a radio station. Maybe the first thing we'll do is to start an online radio station as we prepare for a physical radio station, just to see if we can articulate things in this community that can, number one, help the community express themselves, and then at the same time help them in terms of empowering them and changing this community at large.
Where does the vision bearer see the church in the next 25 years?
The sky is the limit. I got a word from God. Not only shall He fill every seat we buy, but eventually the people worshiping in this congregation and those born out of this congregation will be at least 50,000 every Sunday. We are not yet there. We are somewhere near about 20,000 now. I believe by the next 25 years, the other 30,000 would have come in, so that Deliverance Church Umoja and her daughters, every Sunday will be hosting over 50,000 people in a time of wholesome worship to the glory of God.
We give glory to God for using us to change the community, transform Kenya, and impact the nations.
My brother John Brown Makomere Makutu Masinde, what God geared you to do has not been accomplished. Stay on course. Be a father. Raise people. Teach the word. Encourage the people.
I salute you on your 25th anniversary. May the Lord of all grace multiply the vision and the dreams that he has given to you. May he lift you up on top of mountains that you will see where others have not seen, and dare to go where others have not gone.
Mine is to say thank you for those who have stood with us. Deliverance Church Umoja is very unique in that the last Harambee we ever held was in the tent in 1987. And we declared that if people will be faithful in paying their tithes and giving the offerings, we'll not hold another Harambee. And God has kept us true to our word. We've never held another Harambee in this church. People have been faithful in paying their tithes, in their giving, and for that, we thank God for you. Supporting the TV program, members of the Pillars Club, thank you. Buying the Kangundo plot, those who joined the Bishop's Circle of 120, thank you very, very much. Whether you started with us in the tent, or you joined us when we are here, or you've just joined us last week, we value you, we appreciate you, and we are praying for you. And we thank God that you are a part of what God is doing in this place. We love you, and we trust that God shall prosper you, prosper your family, and prosper the work of your hand, and shall increase you in everything that you do. Thank you very much.